Good afternoon, everyone. Treasure Troller here from the partially mask-wearing militant state of Michigan. Go Blue. Where we have more FBI agents and paid informants than we do actual conspirators in the plot to kidnap our governor and dictator, Ms. Gretchen Whitmer. Today's a little bit of a spitballing vlog on the way to work. But before we get into that, I'm going to provide a couple of links in the description, and they relate to a YouTube video by Jason Whitlock from his Fearless, I guess, broadcast or Fearless channel. And one of them is going to be the entire show. The other one will be a 10-minute segment, 10, 12 minutes, something like that. Watch which one you can. I think he's becoming one of the better YouTube channels out there. But it has to do with a Nike executive who committed a very heinous crime many years ago, and then subsequently committed another crime, and he finds himself one of the top executives at Nike, and he's decided to write a book. And so after all these years, he's finally decided to come clean with his past transgressions and how the media and the sports world is treating him. So it's a really great vlog. I hope you take some time to watch it. And now for the spitballing. And this is something that I just can't get my head around, because during politics, during the political campaigning season, when Republicans, especially Republicans, talk about cutting taxes and putting more money in your back pocket, well, we always get the same thing. Trickle-down economics. Trickle-down economics don't work. It just trickles down into the rich. Well, either trickle-down economics work or it doesn't work. Because, see, this month apparently has been named Strike-Tober. So the unions have, I guess, decided to not let a crisis go to waste with all these companies needing employees and new hires. Well, they've decided that now's the time to strike for better wages, better working conditions, undescriptive or undefined working conditions, and of course child care. So I guess what, and I don't really quite understand exactly what these workers are thinking is going to happen. For the life of me, I don't quite get it. First thing that's going to happen is all the prices are going up. So if all the unions and all the union workers, and they always talk about how healthcare is expensive, and apparently these nurses get better pay and better working conditions, and childcare. Well, the costs of the goods and services go up. So your big 10 or 12 or 15% raise is just going to be eaten up by all the increased costs and other things. It's going to cost you more to get that Big Mac and fries if they got to pay everybody starting out at $17, $18 an hour. You know, before it was $15 an hour we want it. Now you can't even get them out of their house for $15 an hour because of the crisis. So anyways, the cost is just going to trickle down to us. They're talking about all those ships off the off the port of California. You know, it's got all the Christmas presents in it. You know, the G.I. Joes with the Kung Fu grip. And they need to be unloaded, put in trucks, and delivered across the country. I guess everyone's going to be happy at Christmas, except they're going to have to pay, who knows, 20 to 30% more for the G.I. Joe to make little Jimmy happy. You know, they're talking about the farm deer strike. And there's probably been a lot of workers that have opted out and didn't want to go to work and through all this and stayed home and collected some nice checks. And they still don't want to go back. But the workers that did brave it out, that stuck it out, that were kind of greedy like me, were making a lot of overtime money. You know, a lot of these plants, maybe some of them were, you know, making really good money in overtime. Well, if they got to start paying regular pay and they got to pay more, how much of that overtime pay do you think you're going to be getting? Because they're just going to say, you know, punch out after 40, punch out, go home. We're just not going to pay overtime anymore. You know, you want a daycare. Now, instead of working 60 hours, you got 20 extra hours. That's going to be the new daycare. Instead of working 60 hours, they're going to make you punch out at 40 so you can go home and spend another 20 hours a week with your kids. So there's your trickle down. What starts out with more money in your pocket just trickles right out of it because you got to spend more for everything that you want to, you know, to live, your food and gas and everything else. Just going to cost more. And it's almost like I keep getting the feeling that what this whole immunity enhancement project is about is making Americans willingly accept being uncomfortable and inconvenienced. You're just, I guess, more than happy to spend an extra 15-20 minutes at a drive-through than you were to be able to go inside and either eat there or go inside and order and be out in 5. You're just, I guess, willing to accept 20 minutes in a drive-through line. And if we keep accepting these inconveniences, you know, what's one more? What will that one more be? Yeah, I don't know. But nothing good is going to come of this. And in the end, when the union members get their, you know, better working conditions, I mean, were they so bad before you're willing to work there all those hours and all those years? You couldn't leave to go somewhere else? And now that you can leave and go somewhere else, you don't want to do that. You want to go back to the same place and I guess hope that eventually they give you better working conditions? What kind of horseshit is that? I just think it's so anyways, when the union members, you know, they finally compromise whatever and start giving each other high fives and slapping each other on the ass, that we got them to give us more of what we wanted. In the end, you didn't get anything. You didn't get anything at all. So with that, this is Treasure Troller saying aloha and good day.